Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
Now at noon, a Panama man is killed in an ATV accident and a pair of Jamestown residents are arrested. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's keeping track of those rain chances. Dakota.
Oh, here we go again with that tracking word once again. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful Labor Day. As we take a look at the radar, there's a little scattered shower out here just in Canada right now coming across the Niagara Peninsula. If that holds together, that may affect the Buffalo Metro, but will have no effect to us. But yes, scattered showers might be in the forecast for the afternoon hours today. 82 was the high yesterday. 65 is where we bottomed out last night. Warm and muggy, and we picked up 0.18 inches of rain officially in that rain bucket at the Jamestown Airport. And look at the sunset time. It's getting sooner and sooner towards 7 o'clock, and pretty soon it'll be here before 6 o'clock. So that's a sign the seasons are changing. Partly to mostly sunny on average today. There is a 20 to 25% chance of an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm through the afternoon because it's going to be pop-up. You know how they work. They pop up at random times throughout the day because of the overall tropical humidity we're going to have in the sunshine. We'll feel these pop-up storms. 83 waterfront, 88 while inland away from the lake. And the wind won't help too much, only 3 to 6 miles per hour. We're keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Gordon and its potential impacts to western New York and possibly towards the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend already. Back to you, Jay.
All right, Dakota, thank you. A Panama man was killed Monday evening when he drove his ATV into a guardrail on Eddy Road near Button Valley Road and was ejected into a creek. New York State Police say the ATV stopped on the roadside while 32-year-old Brent Aldrich was in an 18 inches of water and 11 feet east of the bridge. At about 2 a.m. this morning, a passerby called 911 after noticing the ATV. The witness was reportedly aware of a Facebook post that the man might have been missing. Aldrich was eventually found by troopers and state forest rangers. A county coroner said he died at 8:23 p.m. Aldrich's body was taken to the Erie County Medical Center for an autopsy request. And a pair of city residents were charged following a raid executed by the Jamestown Metro Drug Task Force on South Main Street last Friday. 40-year-old Henry Stovall Jr. and 24-year-old Alexis Hall were allegedly in possession of more than a half an ounce of meth, cocaine, and crack cocaine. A cane sword, brass knuckles, and a pair of stun guns were also allegedly recovered from that location, which police say was used to sell crystal meth. Both were remanded to county jail on multiple charges. For more, check out our site, WNYNewsNow.com. And police in Pennsylvania have identified the man who they say drowned in a pond at Presque Isle State Park this past holiday weekend. State troopers in Erie say 59-year-old John R. Zakovich's body was found by paddle boaters on Sunday evening. Police say it appears that he was fishing that area when he entered the water. Investigators still do not know, however, if he slipped, fell, or had a medical emergency or simply couldn't get out of the pond. His fishing attire and supplies were found nearby, along with his fishing license pinned to a baseball cap. And today we've reached out to Falconer Central School Superintendent Stephen Penhall, who said the first day of school was a success with the new traffic light. Penhall credits the state DOT's decision to have the light fully functioning before the school year, this allowing drivers to get used to the light in time. He also said that students will now learn how to use the intersection by simply going out to the intersection and using the light. Penhall thanked State Assemblyman Andy Goodell and Senator Kathy Young for their support of the project. He also thanked the state for repainting all of the crosswalks there. Chautauqua County will host a distracted driving program for all 19 public schools this fall. District Attorney Patrick Swanson announced today J.C. Good and Steve Johnson from Hang Up and Drive will share their message at the Reggie Center for the Arts this month. J.C. and Steve are nationally recognized public speakers and advocates for cell phone-free roadways after J.C.'s parents were killed and she was partially paralyzed in a 2008 crash. Over 3,000 juniors and seniors will be in attendance. Up next, the latest on a tropical storm that soon could be a hurricane and how we could be affected right here in Western New York. But first, a boycott of Nikes and their stock is plummeting right now. And we check in with your comments in new and noteworthy.
For more than 2 decades, Dorler Landscape Designs has provided exceptional service to customers right here in Chautauqua County with one goal in mind: transform your lawn into an attractive landscape that will be the envy of the neighborhood. From landscape design to lawn maintenance to sprinkler installation and so much more. Count on Dorler Landscaping. Call us today and let us get to work for you. Dorler Landscaping Designs at dorlerlandscape.com.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
Brought to you by the people giving hope at Gifts Decor and More. With the controversial Kratom, Gifts Decor and More is giving hope to Southern Chautauqua County residents, one visit at a time.
Dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing.
Hey, welcome back to New and Noteworthy on this Tuesday. Big thanks to Matt for filling in yesterday. I do appreciate that.
I'm sure you do.
I was kind of under the weather, feeling better now.
Good.
We were talking about last week about that McDonald's in Jamestown that had that food poisoning. I think I had I don't go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I went to another restaurant, which I would consider to be pretty clean over the weekend on Sunday. And Sunday night, I just felt horrible.
You know what's funny, too? What's very funny is I was invited, actually, this morning to go to that unnamed restaurant for breakfast. And I had to get here. So I couldn't have gone anyways, but I thought of you, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. They were busy, so I figured something got left out. You know, I in my head, I've tracked it down to a condiment, so we'll just hope it's there. I want to check into the comments and say hello and happy Tuesday. You're probably getting back to work today, just like us, saying hello to Lori, waving at us as well. Barbara saying hello. Phil checking in, saying hello, crew. Hello, Phil. Hello to Robin, to Lori, to Connie, everyone for joining us. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it on the broadcast here. Of course, lots of local stories going on today, Matt. You know, D.A. Swanson talking about texting and driving, as we just mentioned in our news rundown. You know, that's such a very serious thing and very dangerous for kids. And I think sometimes high schoolers feel like, and college-age kids, even young people, feel like they're untouchable when it comes to something like that. Like you know, I'm unbreakable.
And the big thing, too, is we saw them before, right?
We did. Matt and I went to high school together, if you didn't know, and they came in and talked, and I'm glad that they're doing it once again as well, because texting and driving is very dangerous, and truly you know, you don't, if you're looking at a phone or at some sort of device, and it's super easy today, obviously, you're watching us on your phone right now probably, so the biggest thing is we want you to engage, but not while you're behind a wheel.
And I want to commend District Attorney Swanson, all the superintendents, Kathleen Eads from the Reglan Aid, because the unique thing about this event, you can have some random Joe Schmo that didn't have something touch their lives like this, or just some person that, you know, looks up data and calls it a day. But to actually be able to organize an event with somebody that suffered firsthand from distracted driving. That is very unique. So I want to commend all the people involved in setting that up. I think it's very good.
And today is the first day back to school for many districts in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County. I know in the village of Falconer, they're excited about the new traffic light that was put in last week.
Yes, I spoke with Superintendent Penhollow this morning, and he said it went pretty smoothly. There was, I guess if there was a few concerns is would the students get used to, or how quickly would they get used to the light in the pedestrian crossing. I mean, it's pretty simple. Press a button and it speaks, but it's still getting used to that. And he said the only thing that he saw this morning is students are used to sprinting across the street to beat the cars. So even when the pedestrian light's on, and you have 35 seconds to cross the street, there's kids still running.
Right.
And he said hopefully the kids will get used to slowing down. They won't trip and fall. But he said it went pretty well.
Well, that's good. I know I drove through there this morning to try to check it out. I know I prefer not driving through school zones. I try to avoid them just because I know it's got congested. Parents are dropping people off. It was very busy. People telling me that at times like they were frustrated with the light, but it certainly takes some getting used to on all levels.
It's the first day.
Right, it's something new, and I think the kids in a way too are excited to go back to school, and that excitement might not be I want to go back, but we gotta go back. so that's good for them, and certainly as well. Some late breaking news nationally that I know we just ran on WNY News Now regarding Colin Kaepernick and kind of a boycott of the Nike brand.
Yeah, 3% drop in the stock almost after Nike put Kaepernick as what's the face of? Is it a campaign or just their general face?
Yeah, so it looks like they're doing a special campaign that, as we just rolled the image, it says believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything.
Oh, the 30th anniversary, just do it. Okay.
Right. Yep. Campaign. And now this is a nationwide boycott, which is affecting their stock right now. I know a lot of people around here are very interested in Nike as well. Now, people on social media are, kind of giving some pushback against this because Kaepernick obviously is known for that right there, kneeling during the national anthem.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, and I'm sure Nike probably realized, regardless of where you stand in the thought process or what your beliefs are, anytime you have something that's controversial, such as this, you're going to see a drop and a rise in the stock. That's just the way it is. So I don't think it's going to hurt Nike in the long run, but I think for the next week or so they're gonna see a drop.
Right, and it will be interesting to see kind of how they handle it PR-wise, whether they just kind of wait it out or we'll obviously see they probably had long thoughts about putting Kaepernick on being such a such a flamboyant player.
And it had to be something very secretive. Nothing was leaked until yesterday. So.
Right. And, they say there's no place like home. Well, just ask a memorabilia collector who is getting back a pair of these famous ruby slippers. Now, these slippers, the FBI released this week that they have found the Wizard of Oz's ruby slippers you see here. Now, people are asking, was this really a thing? Were they missing? Well, yeah, they were missing. They went missing back in 2005. They're just found now in 2018. There's no word on if there's any charges yet. But obviously, Dorothy wore these in the famous 1939 film, The Wizard of Oz. So certainly these are $1 million slippers, and they were missing for a time after they were taken from a museum. But certainly very interesting for sure, because a lot of people, I'm sure, they watch The Wizard of Oz and they want to know, what happened to him.
You took him, Justin.
You think I took him?
You took him.
I don't think I took him.
That's why you were gone yesterday. You had to cover your tracks.
I had to cover up. I had to cover up. Wanting to check in with the comments here if we can. I know our producer is trying to pull that up. But Lori says, welcome to the sign of the times, the politically correct times. And, Lori, you're absolutely right that, it seems like when you look at something like the Kaepernick protest, is like you either, people obviously have the right to freedom of speech, for sure. But at the same time, I think, in a way that for some reason we're not coming back here. I don't know why. For whatever reason, people just feel like they don't have the ability to speak, or when they do, like Kaepernick, when he does speak out, it's like there is controversy. Obviously, kneeling during the national anthem, there's, for me, it's like, all right, there are brave men and women who sacrificed their life for this country, for the anthem, for the flag, for our rights, is what it boils down to me. But also in that right is the right to protest. So certainly understandable why it is controversial, nevertheless.
And I agree totally with you, Justin. Each side has their own thoughts. It's not up to you or I or anyone really to say who's right or wrong. We just have to keep pushing.
Right, exactly. So certainly something to keep an eye on. But certainly the conversation will continue there. And I wanted to answer Ron's question about the man killed in the ATV accident. Let me just scroll up our script here, Ron. Is a Panama native who police say drove his ATV into a guardrail.
Brent Aldrich.
Eddie Road near Button Valley Road. Matt, you stole my thunder. 32-year-old Brent Aldrich is who passed away. Police say that they found him in the ravine there near the roadside. So it's certainly a very, very sad story. And, we send our thoughts and prayers out to his family as well, obviously making a lot of headlines today as well. And for a check of all of these stories, you can head on over to WNYNewsNow.com right now, where we have a rundown of that. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a check of our forecasts and how much rain we could see. Not very much today, but later this week, it could be coming as a big storm makes its way from the Gulf, and it is going to be hot. Details on the temperature when we come back.
And I'll write your name.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs. Serving both commercial and residential lots. Check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us now to book an appointment.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com. First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. It feels more like Monday to a lot of us since we had a 3-day weekend. Hope you all had a fantastic Labor Day. And the kiddies, it's back to school today. I know my brother likes that because he's got 4 kids, so I'm telling you, my brother's going to love that. Anyway, let's take a look at some weather eye photos that came in. Kyle Heelis sent me this yesterday of the clouds in the sky over the Chattacoin. Beautiful shot there. That is just gorgeous. And of course, Kyle takes probably some of the best photos that we get around here. And this was on Snapchat. I actually got his permission to use this from my friend Uriah. He took this. I'm not entirely sure exactly where this was. Based on these lights, I would assume this is probably over a straighter field, but I'm not 100% certain where that was. He didn't send a location with that, but again, beautiful shot of the sunset. And if you have any photos or videos you'd like to share with us, Hunters WX, Facebook and Twitter is how you get it to us, and we will put them on the air. Now, as Jay mentioned, the probability of rain will be going up a little bit And the best chance for rain is going to be Thursday. This is not related to the tropical system that is in the Gulf. This is going to be related to a frontal system that's going to be moving our way. But as we go throughout the weekend, the rain chances will increase, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Live look outside, HD News Now Cam, just a few clouds. Otherwise, nice sunshine out there for the early afternoon. 79 is the current temperature at the airport north of the city with a variable wind of 3, so that's not really going to help too much. But that dew point, it's up there at 71. That makes it feel more like 82 degrees when you factor it all together. First Defense Doppler radar, not a thing across western New York. Again, there's this little thunderstorm that's over Canada right now. If that does hold together, that could maybe impact the Buffalo metro area, but no effect to us from that as of this point. And as we take a look at the wider view, how do you like this 3D globe view? Isn't that cool? This is exclusive to us here. So again, we can do 3D stuff with our radar system. This is the next system that's going to be coming our way. It's going to be inching in here, and it's not going to probably get here until Thursday. And Jay mentioned it. This is Tropical Storm Gordon. This is a radar composite imagery. It's inching closer to the Gulf Coast now. And the current advisory from the National Hurricane Center has this becoming at least a Category 1 hurricane before landfall on the Gulf Coast tonight. And then it'll start to weaken back into a tropical storm and then ultimately to a depression as it moves in. And as I told you yesterday, they've actually made the track more in line with what the computer models have been showing, this right-hand turn across the Ohio River Valley. In fact, here are well, actually, I didn't put it in there. But anyway, here's future scan for you. Over the next few hours, you can see nothing early on. But again, with the heat and humidity, it's going to fuel these pop-up showers and storms. You know how these work. They pop up at random times, and we cannot tell you when or where it exactly will rain. Just keep in mind you could see a heavy downpour throughout the afternoon, and then they all go to bed for the night after the sun sets tonight. So hour by hour for today, temperatures really topping out in the mid to upper 80s once again, but tropical-like humidity will continue. So it's going to make it feel more like Florida out there. Pop-up storms possible. Again, you know how they work. And then the rain will ultimately dissipate, and then we'll be left with a clear night after the sun goes down. 7 days of your life coming up, brought to you by Quick Solutions. It's hot. Wednesday, 87, humidity still in play, but Thursday, there's that frontal system, knocks our temperatures down to the 70s, better chance for rain. And again, tropical moisture, the best chance for this is going to be Sunday and Monday. We'll talk about this a little bit later on once we come back from the break, so stay with us. The Frewsburg Pharmacy is the small-town pharmacy with big-time service. Located at 26 West Main Street, Greg Nelson treats his customers like family, so you know you are in good hands when you walk through the door. The Frewsburg Pharmacy has everything you need and more, including a gift shop for the seasons. Stop down to the Frewsburg Pharmacy today and let the staff show you why the Frewsburg Pharmacy is the pharmacy that cares about you.
The weather is heating up, and so are the deals at Express Bike and Auto, right here in Jamestown, located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension. They are your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle, ATV, and motorcycle needs. They even sell vehicles, and guess what? Financing is available. So what are you waiting for? Get to Express Bike and Auto right here in Jamestown at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension now.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
Hey, this is Ryan Hedrick reporting from the Jamestown Bowling Company, where the bowling is off the hook, the food is even better, and the camaraderie watching sports is oh so great.
The food is fantastic and the drinks are cold.
Mark was bowling almost a perfect game. Mark, do you come here a lot?
Every day.
Wow, Mark comes here every day. No excuse for you not to get to Jamestown Bowling Company on Foot Avenue. Jamestown Bowling Company. Eat, drink, bowl, and be merry.
And welcome back to New and Noteworthy. Tropical Storm Gordon is expected to continue strengthening over the next 24 hours as millions of Gulf Coast residents prepare for what could become a Category 1 hurricane by the time it makes landfall. John Lornick has more on these storm preparations.
Tropical Storm Gordon drenched South Florida and the Keys for Labor Day, bringing with it strong winds, heavy rain, and dangerous beach conditions.
Anytime you have winds out of the east, northeast, like we have today, it's the strong winds will create rip currents. And yes, the big waves also help create those rip currents.
Florida's governor reminding residents that this is the peak of hurricane season, urging residents to get prepared. The storm is gaining strength by the hour, with several watches and warnings in effect for about 2 million Gulf Coast residents from Florida to Louisiana.
The storm is still a very real threat to Louisiana.
Officials in New Orleans are taking no chances, preparing for what's to come.
Because of the combined threat of existing coastal flooding and the increased surge from Gordon, I'm asking residents outside of the levee protection system to, one, exercise extreme caution. At this time, I'm also issuing a voluntary evacuation order only for areas outside of the levee system.
Gordon is expected to make landfall sometime Tuesday evening along the Gulf Coast. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And joining us right now is Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a live look at what the storm looks like. Dakota, eventually we could see some precipitation from this, right?
Yes, we could. And actually, here is a First Defense Doppler. This is the live view of a First Defense Doppler. And again, you can see now it doesn't really show up very well on the radar because it's still a little bit further away from the radar sites. But again, it's coming up right up toward the Gulf Coast. And we are expecting this to make landfall sometime later this evening. Let's switch to the main graphic system on Lynx 1. And you can see here, this is a high-res satellite imagery of the full circulation of Tropical Storm I almost said Arthur, but it's Tropical Storm Gordon, like Jeff Gordon, if you're a NASCAR fan. And here again, so again, this actually had a well-defined eye once it was down near Florida, but it doesn't look like it has that eye, you know, at this point anymore. But again, this is coming off the GO-16 satellite, high resolution. This is quote-unquote weather porn, if I may say that on the air. And again, this is the current track from the National Hurricane Center. You can see here it has it strengthening to at least a Category 1 hurricane before it makes landfall. And again, to be a Category 1 hurricane, winds need to be at least 75 miles per hour to be a Category 1. It doesn't look like it's going to strengthen any more than that. And then once it makes landfall, it looks like it's going to make landfall somewhere near the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And then it's going to come up inland, weaken to a tropical storm, then back to a depression, and then it'll ultimately become post-tropical and just become a remnant low as it works up. But as I told you during the full weather segment, the NHC has adjusted the forecast track to take it with this right turn like the forecast models have been showing. In fact, this is a spaghetti plot. This is what we call this. This is a plot of all the computer model ideas, and you can see it's right in line with this. And what we're watching is as it comes up into the Ohio River Valley, there is a chance we could see some tropical moisture from this. It's not going to be like major flooding issues, but we could see some pockets of heavy rain, tropical rain showers at times. And the best timing on this right now, this is still early and this is subject to change, but the best timing we have right now is about Sunday, Sunday night, and then early Monday as the low system, as the low drifts on out, and then ultimately it'll clear out Monday. And to round out, here's the Quick Solution 7-day, and you can see it's hot once again tomorrow, cools off with a frontal system that'll be coming in. Again, tropical-like moisture, definitely possible as we go into the weekend into early next week. But again, we'll keep our eyes on that. The timing is still a little bit iffy on that, but we'll keep timing it out throughout the remainder of the week right here, and we'll keep you updated right here.
Awesome, Dakota. We are excited for those cooler temperatures.
Oh yeah,
certainly.
We all need it.
Right, and get rid of the humidity because it's just messing up my hair.
It's so hot,
until snow comes.
Yeah, remember, we're not allowed to say the S word. There's no S words.
It's coming eventually.
Can I say the other S word?
Right around the...
You can't say any word that begins with S. Uh-oh. No S words.
So I can't even say satellite?
You just silent? The only word we're allowed to say is tracking.
Oh, Yeah, that's right. The consultants, yes.
10 days, 365. I love it.
If you visit the website,
all relative.
actually, if you visit the website, we might have a 685-day forecast.
You say that every day.
We might have it. You never know.
Hey, that is it for us today. We are back tomorrow. News continues all the time. WNYNewsNow.com. Dakota's forecast with many, many, many days.
Yes.
Well.
See you tomorrow.
See you.